Trustee Zia and Trustee Otto.
Yes, thank you. First of all, great job, Shani, and to Luann, you and President Oakley and your team. I have to tell you, it's such a pleasure to see such a success story. Mr. Aram, it's not only a pleasure as a former small business owner to see your success, but as a fellow Iranian American, you make me very proud. So I'm glad to see that, and happy birthday. I just wanted to ask, as far as the money that is spent, is it $100,000 per recipient? And if so, what's the total, and what can we do to support the Kauffman Foundation's efforts and your efforts, Ms. Bynum, and also just some tangible data as far as how many interns have we hired or brought on board so far, and what's the plan going forward? What's the goal for the interns and helping our local economy?
Yeah, let me take the intern question first. We're going to be rolling out the program this summer, so we have 3 funded businesses in the first round. We're hoping, I think we've got 9 applicants in the second round that we're looking at. We're hoping to fund anywhere from 3 to 5 applicants in the second round. We'll have an internship program in place. Part of that is we'll be working with our faculty in some of our program areas to help us identify and profile students that would be good fits for the businesses that we have that we're funding. So we'll look forward to coming back to you probably at the end of summer and sharing with you how that program is going to look. And Shani, I'll let you answer the question about the amounts that we funded.
So in the first round, we funded 2 grants of $25,000 each and 1 loan of $100,000, which Max Pick My Solar received.
And how many interns have we hired so far or brought on board so far with the companies?
So this is because this is a pilot program. We were piloting to see how the internship would work. And as Luann's mentioned, that we are going to fully build out the internship program for the summer for the second round of awardees.
Okay, so currently there are no interns that
Not from Long Beach City College. We do have a number of interns hired, but they haven't been from Long Beach City College yet.
Yeah, Trustee Zia, those interns that we've hired work in our program in general. We have interns from Long Beach City College and Cal State Long Beach that work in economic development for us. The interns that we're talking about and rolling out in this program will be working specifically, they'll be from Long Beach City College working specifically with our companies.
Okay, that was a question. So, Mr. Aram, we're counting on you to hire our students and bring them on board so they can be the future leaders like yourself. And thank you to Kauffman Foundation. It's really great. We appreciate your support.
Can I, there's one question from Trustee Zia that wasn't answered, which is how can the board support this program? We constantly need to raise money for this program. So if board members know any persons or foundations or corporations that want to give to support the local entrepreneur ecosystem in the greater LA area, then please contact Ms. Luann Bynum and we'd be happy to talk with them.
Trustee Allen?
Yeah, I think it's important to ground this in what community colleges do. And the third mission in the Ed Code, Education Code in California, is for community colleges, in contradistinction to any other system of higher education, not the UCs, not the CSUs, to do workforce and economic development. And workforce development is we want to teach our students how to get jobs and work in the economy. But economic development, and it says this in the Ed Code, is to help companies be successful so they can hire our students. And that's exactly what we're doing. I remember a dinner a little over a year ago with Kauffman people, and we were talking about this program, and there was going to be liftoff pretty soon. And it's very, very exciting to see how far it's proceeded in a relatively short period of time. We are, I think, a model for Southern California, and we're just starting to let people see that community colleges are the place where these kinds of things can be done. There are not programs like this anyplace else in Southern California. And I'm very proud that Long Beach City College has really taken the laboring oar on getting these things done. The SoCal Innovation Conference last year was very, very special. Nothing like that had ever been done before, much less hosted by a community college, and we're looking forward to the next one to come along. So for all of you, good to see you again. Congratulations, and we'll see what the next steps are. Thanks.
Trustee Archuleta?
Yes, I too just want to commend everyone who's involved with this on doing such an outstanding job, and congratulations to you. And I look forward to seeing more recipients like yourself, maybe a female next time. No. But no, congratulations. This is an outstanding job, and I think this is the kind of student outcomes that we want to see. So congratulations to everyone involved. Thank you.
Jeff, one last
You.
one.
Trustee Zia?
I've discussed this with our new director, John Pope. It would be wonderful to have the success stories that we create be out there in the community. I don't think I mean, you guys have done a great job, but if we can amplify these personal stories and have the world know what we do out here, it would be really great just to make it more personal and highlight that. I'd certainly appreciate it.
We agree.
Right. It's a good story to tell. Well, thank you all very much. Actually, one of the recipients was a woman, and she's got an interesting history too. I'm not going to mess with her because I think she was on one of the original American Gladiators from that television show. Yeah, right. Like we're not going to give her money. But no, she had a fascinating story, as everyone did. So, great program. It's a great success story, and yes, we want to get the word out because it's a fantastic accomplishment by everyone involved. So, thank you all for coming here. Happy birthday. Safe travels back to the Midwest. And Luann?
If I can just say, let me just offer a real quick update about another program that we have, the Goldman Sachs program. One of the scholars that graduated is a woman. She has an IT technology company. She had a $5 million business. She put a growth plan together, which is what the outcome is in the Goldman Sachs program. You have to produce a growth plan. And she just recently got a contract with the federal government, the Department of Agriculture, for $500 million that she has to deliver in the next 5 years. So that's a program run by Long Beach City College and the Goldman Sachs program.
Yeah, some great success stories here. So thank you all very much. Other question, comments by the members of the board? Then we'll move on. Thank you all again for coming here.
Thanks, Jesse.
And we'll see you at the next one. And our last informational item on presentations is 2.4, the Student Success and Support Program. And President Oakley, I believe.
Yes.
President Peterson, but I'll turn to you.
Yes, so again, we want to continue to highlight the work that the college is doing to improve student success, as we've been focused on this for quite a number of years. And with the recent changes brought about by the Student Success Act, it gives us an opportunity to highlight the changes that have happened and how we are adapting to them and leading the charge on the Student Success and Support Program. So for that, I will turn it over to Dr. Greg Peterson.
I have the privilege of introducing an amazing team tonight to present to you on our Student Success and Support Program, and that would be Dr. Jenny Mackay, our Matriculation Student Success Support Program Coordinator, Lorraine Bluen, our Counseling Department Head, and Noel Corral, our new Dean of Counseling.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Superintendent President Oakley, members of the board. I'd like to welcome new student trustee, Gus Orozco. How you doing, Gus? Good, good. Well, thank you for having us and allowing us the opportunity to talk about Triple SP, the Student Success and Support Program here at Long Beach City College. Let me first start out by, as President Oakley mentioned, really starting from 2012, the Student Success Act of 2012, where certain recommendations came forth by a task force to really make a change and an impact on student success at the community college level. And what it was formally called was matriculation. So matriculation was composed of 8 components. students were not required to do everything that the new SSSP requirements do entail. It was a standalone program that was solely based on enrollment. So the institution was funded based on enrollment, FTES. Now we've seen the change to require 4 front-end services, so orientation, assessment, counseling, and follow-up services for disadvantaged students. We've seen that now there's a student requirement for components, there's an institutional requirement, so now money is based on not only the enrollments that we have at the institution, but also the services that we provide. And it's also using the scorecard data provided by the Chancellor's Office. So for the core services, as I mentioned, we have the orientation, assessment, counseling, which includes educational planning and educational plans, and student follow-up. So for this, I'd like to bring to the podium Lorraine Bluen, our Department Head of Counseling.
Thank you, Noel, and good evening, everybody. The four core services identified by SSSP is the orientation, assessment, counseling, and follow-up, as Noel had just mentioned. Under orientation, thank you. Under orientation, this is provided online, and it covers available programs and services on campus, and academic standards, and then also requirements for maintaining eligibility for priority registration, assessment for English, math, and reading. The counseling component includes appointment sessions and also workshops and educational planning. And then our follow-up includes basic skill services for our students, and then also interventions for academic and progress probation. Now, the requirements of the SSSP requires that the college make core services available to all new incoming students, and then all students are required to complete all the core services in order to maintain their priority registration. So the actual services are to incentivize students to access services so that they can complete their requirements for graduation and transfer in a timely fashion. And Long Beach City College has implemented college and requirements in a collaborative effort through the assessment, counseling, transfer program, IITS, all have collaborated together to develop tools and resources for our students. So now I'm going to hand it over to Janie McKay to talk about the Student Equity Plan.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having us tonight. It was interesting to hear you talk about student equity, and the key concept, I think, behind having equity and the Student Success Plan linked together is we're requiring services, so we really need to make sure those services aren't disproportionately impacting certain groups of students. And so what we've got set up here, thanks to Dr. Eva Bagg, is we have a Student Success Committee that we've had for a long time. So both of those plans, the Student Success Plan and the Equity Plan, were developed under that umbrella, so we're not acting alone. And I think that was the whole idea, is that we partner together so that if we can't do something from the Student Success Plan, the equity side can do that, and that it'll keep us on task to make sure we're offering these services in an equitable manner for all students.
Talk a little bit about the funding. We did hear earlier Vice President Gable talk about the 2-to-1 ratio that the district match has to provide. So the way this new funding works is 40% of our institutional enrollment is based on the funding. So we get our allotted funding based on 40% enrollment. The other 60% comes from the students actually served at the institution. So coming from our core services of orientation, assessment, counseling, and the follow-up services. So what that equates to is for Long Beach City College this 14-15 year, we had about $2.5 million for a student success and support program. The district contribution was approximately $5 million. So what you see up there, it's actually a typo. That should be the total planned expenditures for 14-15, equaling $7,638,174. So that's kind of the breakdown of the funding formula for SSSP. for budget allocations, the allocations were broken up into the salaries and benefits, materials and supplies. So this included placement tests, career assessments such as MBTI, strong interest inventory, colors, true colors, and equipment. We were able to outfit our assessment centers with new computers, both at the PCC campus and LAC campus. So we should be seeing those closer to the summer. And Janny and Lorraine will continue highlighting our specific core services here at Long Beach City College.
In terms of the orientation, the majority of students go through an online orientation. It's available to our students online. But we also provide orientation through our early bird Saturdays. If anyone would like to join us, we have 6 of them in the spring. And that's primarily for our Promise Pathway students. There's currently students in the 12th grade, and they come on campus, and they are provided assessment orientation. And this year, they will get a student ed plan on that day as well. In terms of numbers, last year, 13-14, we oriented over 10,000 students. And they were incented because we introduced required orientation in 2011, but it also affects priority registration. In terms of placement and assessment, we do assess students with the AccuPlacer computerized assessment. It's provided to all new students. And we also do have an ESL test that we provide for students where English is their second language. And sorry, I didn't mention, but we do provide orientation, live orientations in Spanish, Khmer, Vietnamese, and in English for the other many languages that are spoken by our students. And that's for the students that are just beginning to learn English. But we also, in the placement assessment, students will take the AccuPlacer, but we also provide an alternative placement, and that's using high school data in order to place students. And statewide, it's known as the Long Beach Way when we go to any conferences. And so we found that that's been a good way to predict success for students through our placement process. Turn it over to Lorraine.
Okay, so all these services that are required of students, part of it is provided through the counseling office. And one of the requirements is that all new first-time students are expected to have an abbreviated or comprehensive educational plan. The abbreviated ed plan is 1 to 2 semesters of recommended courses, and then the comprehensive ed plan is the complete educational plan, including all courses required for graduation and or transfer. In 2013-14, we transitioned from a paper pencil educational plan to an electronic ed plan. We were able to provide this through PeopleSoft. And also by doing this electronically, students are able to access their ed plan through their Viking account. Usually when we did our paper pencil, students would lose it and come back and would have to get another ed plan or anything like that. Now they can access their ed plan online and also can register from the classes that are listed on the ed plan. In order to accommodate the number of students that are required to have the new educational ed plan, we provided workshops. We implemented that in the summer of 2013 and then expanded that. In 2014, we offered 98 new student workshops and served 1,248 students. And in that time period from August to December, we were able to develop 8,322 workshops. So we've been pretty busy. All this, again, is accomplished through our counselors. And so we're very thankful and excited that we were able to hire 3 new counselors for 2014, 14-15. And then also we are going to hire 2 new counselors and hire hourly counselors and then provide more hourly counseling during the registration peak hours. Because not only do we have to continue to provide services for our new students, but also for our continuing students who need to accomplish their goals as well. So we front load our services at the beginning and then also in the mid part for students in order to meet their goals. Here we go. Okay. Also, our follow-up service, in order for students, in order to maintain their priority eligibility for registration, they must maintain a 2.0 GPA and be above a 0.5 completion ratio. We also, for our basic skills students, we are going to implement the early intervention workshops where we do presentations for our students to encourage them to complete their English, math, and reading in order to complete their requirements in a timely fashion. And then we also are researching and piloting an early alert tool in order to provide interventions for students who may be experiencing challenges in their classes. And then for our undeclared students who are undeclared majors, we have our career exploration classes, workshops in careers. Noel mentioned the Inner Heroes training, which is a career assessment tool. All these to assist students with identifying and declaring a major, and then also to pursue their career goals. Danny wanted to, no? You wanted progress?
And that was the conclusion of our formal presentation. If there's any questions that we can help answer.
Members of the board, questions this time. It's always fascinating to me that when the term student success is used heavily now in community colleges, but I don't think a lot of people realize how elaborate it is and what it really does entail and all the work that goes into what really does define student success. And here's another good example of it all. Members of the board, questions at this time on this final presentation? Student trustee, yes, you may.
Hi, thanks again. So I have two questions. The first question would be for us students who have been here for a while, who some of us haven't actually moved over to the new electronic plan. Once we do, how do we know where to find them? Because I've tried looking for mine. I did mine last summer. How do we get that training to know where do we find it?
Sure. So Enrollment Services has a 3-step handout that we also have at the front desk of counseling. And it shows you how to access your Viking account and exactly where your your electronic educational plan is. So we're definitely reaching out to especially current students. The impacts with priority registration were for all incoming new to LBCC fall 2014. So a lot of the services that you just heard about, the increase in workshops, the number of SEPs, those were all geared towards the new incoming students, because that was who was impacted by these new priority reg. Now this semester is our effort to reach out to all continuing students that don't have those electronic plans to get you guys to come in, talk about and review your path so that we can confirm your comprehensive educational plan and get you squared away.
And the second question, under the core services, the follow-up for students, are there systems in play to where a student who has dropped out gets kind of reached out to, maybe like a couple months after they've dropped out, to see if maybe they're ready to come back to school, or if there's any kind of services that you guys can provide for them?
Yeah, I don't know if Janny wants to talk about our probation and dismissal program. In addition to that, we're taking the opportunity with these new student equity funds and the SSSP funds to look at different ways to engage all students. So there's a lot of students and pockets of students that we don't necessarily have running to us, right, for service. So this is a great opportunity, and now that we have funding, we can look at creative ways to do that. And ideally, we can work with students themselves to actually hear from you and see what ways in which we can reach out to you and really help provide you services. So we do have some things in place, but not enough to really meet the need. So that's an area that we'd like to expand to. Thank you.
Other questions? Trustee Archuleta?
First of all, I once again want to commend you on this great undertaking. For those of us who are in student affairs, we know the work that was involved in putting this together. It wasn't easy, as there's a lot of elements to it, so thank you for doing that. But I just have a question regarding, the educational plan, which is one of the most critical pieces in terms of the SSSP. How far are you going back to convert your paper or hard copy educational plans into electronic? How far back Are we
So-
talking about just a year, or just with, starting with new students, or?
Right. So the immediate need was to address the new incoming students. So that was our first plan of attack. We've also worked on this past summer's students, making sure that they have their electronic plans available. There hasn't necessarily been a plan developed to go back in time, but certainly moving forward, the plan is every student should have a student educational plan that's available 24/7 electronically.
But if a continuing student comes to your office and they want to convert their
Yep.
plan, their hard copy plan into an electronic,
Right.
that will be available to them?
Exactly. Every student that comes to us for a student educational plan will leave with, the goal is to leave with an electronic plan. Whether they've had 1 or 3 versions in the past on paper copy, they'll leave with the electronic copy. And I'd like to highlight and thank you for acknowledging just the effort and planning and involvement to put together the SSSP plan. There were students, our staff, faculty, various departments on campus, academic senate, a student success committee. There was a lot of effort that went into this from the institution, so I'd just like to acknowledge all the effort that you all did. And thank you for putting together a plan to really help our students succeed.
Thank you.
Other members? Not this time. Thank you very much.
Yes.
All right. Those are 4 very important presentations, so it's what we really do at the college, so thank you all. So far, so good, Madam Secretary, but I think we're going to start picking up the pace a little bit here. So I'm going to start with the next item is 3.1, the support of Member Otto's nomination for the CCCT Board. The recommended action is that the Board of Trustees support Member Otto's nomination to the California Community College Trustees Board member. Member Otto is currently a member of the CCCT Board. If elected, this will be Member Otto's 3rd term. Just so no member can serve more than 3 consecutive terms. This board obviously is the one that helps run this this organization, and Doug has been an invaluable member of that board for the last 2 terms. So the motion, I request a motion on the floor.
So moved.
A motion by Trustee Zia, second by
Second, yes.
Trustee Archuleta. Are there any comments on this item? Anyone? Madam Secretary, if you could please call the roll.
Irma Archuleta.
Aye.
Jeffrey Kellogg.
Aye.
Doug Otto. And Sunny Zia.
Aye.
And that motion carries, and that election will be taking place, I believe, between March and April, where the board again will be in. Doug, thank you very much for taking on that additional time to serve the statewide organization. It's critical to all community colleges. Next item, 4.1, this is the approval of the consent calendar. Let me first start with a motion to approve the consent calendar, then I'll ask if there's anyone I had not heard previously, so let's begin with the approval of the consent calendar that are listed. Could I entertain a motion to approve the entire consent calendar? Then I will ask for any items that will need to be removed.
So moved.
Motion by Trustee Otto, second by Trustee Archuleta. Items to be removed from the consent calendar for any further discussion?
4.12.
4.12. And the reason why we actually have to do something,
Just 4.12.
just 4.12, all right. So with the exception of item 4.12, Madam Secretary. Are you ready to call the roll on the rest of the consent calendar items? Whenever you're ready. Madam Secretary, you could please call the roll then on the consent calendar items
Irma
for approval.
Archuleta. Aye. Jeffrey Kellogg.
Aye.
Doug Otto.
Aye.
And Sunny Zia.
Aye.
The consent calendar passes. Item 4.12, this is the purchase order ratification. The attached listing shows the issuance of purchase orders and change orders for the period of November 17, 2014 through January 2nd, 2015. Any purchases order resulting from a change order during the stated time will be listed with the date of original issuance. And there's a lot of other items on here. So at this time, the chair will recognize Trustee Zia.